Okay, there I am, watching TV, about 2 minutes away from leaving to go to work. Loki decided to relax, went at the mover, she gets upset. I'm watching beer making stuff. And we're just kind of relaxing before work. Alright, I decided to try something a little different to show this up close. We'll see how this works, I'm not sure. But the Keurig works using this device right here, which allows the pod, in this case this one, to go into it. And in the bottom you can see there's a hole here, that's where it drains out of. And in here, if you can see it, right down there, you may not be able to, is a like a big syringe, basically. Very large gauge, or low number gauge, however that works. Tube that punctures into this. On the top, there's a tube that punctures down into there, injects the water in there, and then the water then has to travel through, go through here, which kind of acts as a filter. I believe that these are closer to instant coffee than they are closer to regular coffee, though you can feel there's weight in there. Not much though. And then in the case of the cappuccino French vanilla, that one really was almost very empty. In the case of like hot cocoa, it almost all comes out. So I don't think it's quite the same as coffee, but you can buy an adapter. Now this sits in here like that and then gets punctured by the top. The water goes in there and is forced through it. Then it drips out. There's a directional spout right here, which takes it from this tube here and moves it down to a single tube over the cup. And that fits in just like that. What they sell is an adapter which has this tube here and a filter set up. So there must be a filter in here. I can open one up and look. And you can fill coffee in. There's a max line right there. Then this goes on top of the tube very carefully like that. And you see there's a hole in there for the top spout to make the puncture, but without actually ruining it. And then there's red things, which I would assume is vents for heat. Now there's no tube down here, but when it sits in here, it's elevated. And this kind of just locks in. You have to find the right spot. And then it locks in and stays there. So you can see how I turn it, close it, it locks in. And now it has the center tube to go down. And there's no puncture part in there because it doesn't need it. So I did fill it up with coffee. I did run it just like you would your K-Cup, except now it has coffee inside. Now this one is made by Keurig versus the other ones, the other non-branded names. I don't know how good they were. This cost twice as much. It was like $10. The non-branded ones are around $5. So here's the cup of coffee, straight up black. I'm going to go ahead and try it. It's actually not bad flavor, which means two things. Starting to enjoy coffee more as I'm drinking it, doing taste tests, because that's not that bad. And it's had a chance to cool down as I tried to set up everything. Well, we're going to do our normal thing. I'm going to go ahead and add sugar. Now this is, it's called Sugar in the Raw, and it's turbinado. No, I could be butchering that. And so I'm not even going to waste time. I am going to get the sugar in and put 2 packets in right away. Okay, and then we'll stir it up. So this is McDonald's coffee. which I have found I really like in the McDonald's coffee. Okay, so now it's pretty well blended in there. This coffee is a lot cooler than I normally get it because it took me a while to get everything set up. That's very good. And we're going to go ahead and try the cream because we know I like the cream. So we'll put that in there, mix that in. Okay, that's a very good cup of coffee. So I guess to make an argument that this is not real coffee is wrong. When I went and weighed this, once the water goes through, not much of the coffee is extracted. It's only, 3, 4, 5% at the most that's actually extracted. And the grain size, the grind of the McDonald's coffee is more suitable to this than, for instance, the French press or the percolator. I needed a large grind size to do those effectively. So I may actually try one more attempt at the percolator and one more attempt at the French press, but use the correct grind. And I think it'd be better, though I did like the French press coffee. So I'm not complaining about that one. This is an adapter. It allows you to use regular grounds instead of buying these K-cups. Though the French vanilla right now that has the sugar put in it was only 7 grams of sugar and it was only 70 calories. That's actually the same as the hot chocolate. So I really don't have any complaints about the taste and the quality of it. It could be a little weaker, I can see that, but this also tastes a little weaker, so I'm not really sure if my opinion is valid. Since I can make regular coffee with the K-cup, I'm really enjoying the K-cup. I didn't think I would, or the Keurig. I keep saying K-cup, that's this thing. But I do have apple cider I want to try. I have hot chocolate, and I do have some bone broth coming that all of those I've used. I've not used it as coffee, but I have used them as those type of refreshing drinks. The apple cider is really good. The hot chocolate's nice before I drink coffee. Now I have coffee, I probably would take that. But the hot chocolate gives you something without a caffeine hit. And then the bone broth is just good protein. I like to have that in between dinners. Something to have that doesn't have any calories but applies protein to my meal. So using the adapter is effective. It does work. I've not tried the cheaper versions, but this version by Keurig is very capable, makes a good cup of coffee. I like it. So it gets thumbs up. I don't know where Loki is. She was playing here a little bit ago. Come here, Loki. Come here. Come here. Okay, she showed up, but she's not in camera. There you go. Now you get to see Loki, possibly. Loki! Here. Come here, Loki. Go. I gotta see you. Okay, you get to see her tail. Loki's always here, but she's not always on camera. Now she's playing with her toy. And I didn't set the camera right up correctly. I'm going to listen to this, see how good it is. I may do it again. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because if you never see it, you will never see it. But thanks for watching. K-Cup, I like them. The K-Cup adapter using real coffee, it does work. We got some more exploring to do on the whole world of Keurig.